Hey there, my friends. Today I'm hoping, my goal is for this to be an incredibly short video about the Nordstrom anniversary sale. Because yes, do I have my share of Barefoot Dream blankets? Yes, I do. Do I have my share of the cardigans? Way, way more than I want to admit. And everything else under the sun from the sale? I do. But I'm also at a point now where I've been shopping this since the 80s. I'm kind of sick of it, but I'm still going to shop it. So we're going to take this from the perspective of sanity and how to navigate the sale when you're not an icon member, when you can't shop in advance, and how to just deal with getting through the hype. So if you want to learn more or hear my perspective, come back. Hey there, my name's Nancy, which you probably know from the channel name because I'm so imaginative with that description. I am about treating yourself to a little bit of luxury, whether that be your cup of coffee, favorite fragrances, skincare, handbags, designer goods, whatever. I'm not necessarily a fashionista per se, as per my get up right now, but I do like to shop for clothes. I do like to find a deal, like to find a bargain, and I'm all about the Nordstrom anniversary sale. I shop it every year. I have been shopping it since the 80s with my mom. So we used to go to the sale back when, you'd have to go and line up, and rush in. It was like a Black Friday type of experience, and it was a big deal. The whole point of the anniversary sale is it's a pre-sale on things. And, a lot of folks talk about the sale now, but some folks don't know that this has been around for decades. And I mean, it even predates Nordstrom's, because Nordstrom actually bought a department store called, I think it was called Best Apparel, yes. Best Apparel, that was around in the 1900s, way back in the 1900s. And by the 1950s, they had the 30th anniversary of that department store. And that's where it originated, basically. So this sale, after the Nordstrom family bought Best Apparel in 1963, they took on the continuance of that anniversary sale concept. And it's basically a pre-sale of upcoming fashion. So that's basically what this event is every single year. It's a curation of what they're going to have for the fall at a discount in advance. So it's a pre-sale, everything that's happening. So I want to take this from the perspective of, I'm not an icon. I don't spend $15,000 a year to get to that first access tier. In fact, I'm only an influencer this year, which is basically having a credit card, or up to $500 of, if you don't have a credit card, I believe you can get to the influencer stage as well and be invited. But I'm at the lowest tier. Also get to shop 2 days in advance, but I don't have any of that, upper level echelon type of access to anything experience right now. And that's come after years of being at those higher tiers and thinking I needed to be at that level. So I've kind of just stepped away, just thinking it's not that important. None of this is not anything that the world is not going to end if I don't get these items or if I don't shop at the store exclusively. It's just not that big of a deal. For others, it may be, and that is your prerogative. Do whatever, you do you. This is your life. But my perspective right now is coming from does it make sense for me? Do I need to spend the money? Is it the wisest use of my money? And are these items really truly going to be the best versions of the brands? We're going to talk about that when you see me off camera. I'm going to swap over to some insight over there. But there are a number of, I think, misinformation or misguidance, in my opinion, that's causing this sale to become a little bit more bloated and out of control, in my opinion. And then just again, this is my opinion and my frustration with it in general. So, I'm hearing advice out there. I've watched probably 20 videos this year, and I'm seeing a lot of folks advising folks to buy multiples, like if they don't know their size, buy 3 sizes, buy things in the wrong size so they can guarantee the price. And I'm hearing that, I mean, I get where you're coming from, and I get the idea, and you think you're giving it a good advice, but I think that that's causing the undue scarcity, and that FOMO, fear of missing out, and the people who have later access being upset they couldn't get the item. So this is just my own philosophy on how I approach the sale, how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to give you my advice on how I'm going to approach as the average person, the everyday person, and how I approached it last year. And I finally had like that moment of clarity where just like, why was I getting so upset and thought that my world was going to end because I didn't get this one item, right? It's just kind of crazy. So basically, the best piece of advice, and everyone's giving you this advice, make your wish list, because there are a lot of things that will help you come to this like moment of realization and help you understand what happens here, the marketing, everything that happens. Make the wish list. Doesn't mean you have to buy anything. And trust me, I'm not probably going to buy more than 3 items on my wish list that has probably like 40 things on it. So I go in it just to watch. It's a watch list. It's a window shopping list. It's just a what's in there, what's out there kind of philosophy. But do make the wish list, because you can then make wiser choices by making that wish list. So that's the biggest thing I'm going to tell you right now. Make the wish list. If you do nothing with it, you'll be glad you did, because things I'm going to tell you, you'll learn from that. So make the wish list. If that's all you do, walk away. Fabulous. In fact, you may need to walk away altogether. But I'm going to talk about some other things, and then I'm going to come right back and wrap it up at the end. Okay, so here we are on the Nordstrom site. The first thing I want to talk about really is the Nordstrom made for Nordstrom brands that you're going to find sprinkled throughout this sale, and probably the best prices out there that you're going to think you're finding. But these are all the brands that are definitely made for the sale. There are going to be other items from other brands that are technically also like made for the sale, or quote unquote made for factory, as you want to might conceptually think of them. But these are specifically, the brand, specifically only found here at Nordstrom. Now, the items are also made elsewhere. Like this Moonlight Eco nightshirt and the pajama set, I have located them in several other retailers. I have a ton from Target that I've had over the years that I think are even better than the set I have from Nordstrom. But, some folks they just like the Nordstrom one, and that's totally fine. If you want to spend 40 something dollars for the Nordstrom one, you do you. However, you can Google Nordstrom pajama dupe, and you're going to come up with this one from Target. I have like 5 sets from them. I also found just now, Old Navy has it too. I mean, what the heck? $20, black and blue. Great. Googled Kohl's. Kohl's has got a few different colors as well. Oh my God. They don't have my size, but yeah. Maybe they do. I did Google it better. I didn't do the whole range. But, you're going to find them elsewhere. So the Nordstrom cashmere, I put that on my wish list this time. Quince is a good place to find cashmere. All those different sites that sponsor the current influencers right now, go there and just look and see what's out there. Okay, let's go back to another section of the sale, and you can see all the different categories that they have. I mean, it's broken up pretty well. But let's look at the handbags. There's not a whole lot here this year. It's very uninspiring, in my opinion. There's some Longchamp, that's okay. We've got 2 Coach bags. Nothing to write home about. I'm not impressed by either one of them. But I did Google the North-South tote. I came up with that one on the Coach website. It comes with a wristlet. Pretty cool. A little bit expensive, but there it is. But then I went down the rabbit hole of looking at other websites, and it's like last season stuff. It's sold out at Dillard's, it's sold out at Macy's, it's sold out even on Coach Outlet. So it's like the last of the stock that they have on some of these products. So these exclusives are really just like they bought out everything, or it's the exclusive color for Nordstrom. So if you're, just take some time to Google and search, and you'll kind of see. So don't think that this is the be all end all of finding the in an it item for the year. That's just my opinion. And I'm not saying they're bad bags. It's just nothing that I'm gonna purchase. Okay, so here is my final wish list for this year. It's not a whole lot. It's 42 items, and I think this even includes some of the items from last year that I left on just to kind of prove my point. There's my 2023 list, so I haven't deleted yet. There was my rack one. I deleted all my old ones, but you can create multiple lists. So if you want to really, you know, curate this down, go for it. So down here are some of the ones from last year that I left on there. And just kind of proving my point here that as things come back in stock, it's going to start notifying you of what happens. And I just got a notification like in May about the La Mer set. And it's the same configuration as this year. I believe it's a different one. Let's scroll up here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The bag is different. And then there's a night cream instead of the cleanser. So completely different set. But if it was the same, it would be notifying you of it coming back in stock. And I think if I remember correctly, I left the Tangle teaser on here and something else. Oh, Necessaire. The Necessaire has a different configuration this year, so it still says sold out, but I do have it on my list for this year. Um, and then none of these are coming back, which just bummed me out. But I left it on my list in the event that it does, because sometimes items do come in late, so they're not in the preview. So, don't delete the item if you don't care. It's not hurting anything to leave it there. But there was a Necessaire duo from last year, and there it is now, this year's version right there. So have the two on there. Tangle Teaser is coming back in the exact same configuration, so it automatically uploaded into the new version, even though I didn't add it for this year, and I don't need it. So it's just there. And then I've just got a few items on there for this year that I'm mostly watching. I'm thinking I'm just going to get that La Mer set. Maybe the Diptyque item, maybe the Prada set. That's really, I'm thinking about it for this year that I like really, really want. I The shampoos are on there just because the Olaplex isn't here this year yet that I'm aware of. So I added them, but I'm not really 100% thrilled. So I'll Google and see if I can get them cheaper elsewhere. I've seen them sometimes at TJ Maxx and stuff. So not overly excited about those, but they're on the list and it's what I'm looking at. So, as you've heard, basically, a lot of times, most of these things will come back in stock. Like this brush that was on my wish list last year, it was in pink and it had a little mini. It's back in the sale this year. What did I end up doing last year? I put it on my wish list. It was out of stock. I went to Amazon. I got it for $12. I have been more than happy with this version for the last year. I should have just not even cared that it was at Nordstrom. But Nordstrom put it on my radar. That's the only thing that the wish list did for me for this particular item. Other two items that, I watch these fragrance things. I picked this one up. It came back in stock regularly. It wasn't as scarce as the sale made it seem to be. Same thing with these Hermes fragrances. They came back in stock as well those are for 2 years ago. If it's truly something that's meant to be in your life, you will end up with it. So trust me, use the wish list to your advantage. Just watch the item. Honestly, truly can't live without it. Yeah, make that extra effort to fight for it. But at least last year, I was amazed with how much of it just kept coming in back into stock, how many came back this year. It's just like, what was the point? Why was I upset? Why did I care? Why did I get so worked up? So my 2 cents, it's not worth a lot, but I'm just saying it's just not it's not that deep. It's not that big of a deal. So that's the most I'm going to do for this, and then I'm going to walk away and the cards will lay where they will. So I hope you have a great time. I hope you get what you want if you want anything from the sale. And if you don't, I hope you get what you want and everything else. So I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.